Well, my understanding of the 88 days is for some working holiday visa holders that they need the 88 days to apply for their second year visa. And for us, it's actually really handy because a lot of the people are looking for jobs on farms because it qualifies. And so then we have a resource as well that want to work and are accessible, and it's seasonal, which is often what we need. So it can really work well for us.
Perfect. Awesome.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
We were busy in the factory shed while he was lucky to be out there picking.
So didn't officially meet then?
Yeah, we didn't officially meet then.
But yeah. But we were only there for 2 weeks, but it was nice. It was a family farm. Yeah, the work was pretty okay, very wet with the apricots, which was the only annoying thing. It was always all over our clothes.
Yeah. We just smelled of apricots the whole time.
There's worse things to smell like though, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he worked for another apricot grower that we liaise with regularly, and when his season finishes we're often looking for people, so he can often recommend people to us. So he came through working on the apricot farm, was recommended to us. The owner of the apricot farm, I value his word, so he told me that he felt Robin was a good worker. So I figured I'd give him a go, and he turned out to be really successful.
I think we've done our 88 days like twice over by accident.
Yeah, we've had 4 farm jobs. We've been doing it for a year now. It's just because it's so easy to get, like, in our experience.
Yeah.
In this particular town that we're in, like, everyone's a farmer.
Yeah, and there's like no like having a hand in a CV, wait for like an interview, like kind of process. It's very like, oh, you need work, like when can you work?
Yeah, it's
okay,
so
you've got
quick.
a job kind of thing.
He would be packing and stacking onions, and that would go on for weeks at a time with not much change. He'd have to take onion bags off the way, or he'd have to either stitch them or he'd have to stack them. And when you're stacking onions, it's a bit of an art, and he picked that up really quickly as well, because we get complaints a lot of years about bad stacking, but we didn't this year, so it was really good. And I'd often ask him if he's working too hard, weighing too much, lifting too much, but he stuck at it all the time.
It's a hard work.
Yeah, a bit
very
more
physical.
I couldn't do it.
You're lifting like 10 to 20 kilograms every 2 seconds up high. Oh god, I can't even get it like. I can't
lift it, but if you told me to put it above my head,
lift it at all.
it's
No.
not.
Yeah, no way. I noticed that you and Travis would like swap sometimes, and I'd be thinking, which job is better? Because I don't know. Both are so bad.
Yeah.
The other job he would have to do is grading onions, and that's really just standing there picking out onions that aren't any good to be bagging up.
You can just chill out. We're just grading onions, listening to music. Sometimes we'll do some dances with it. We haven't been yelled at really.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you go into work and you don't feel anxious. You don't feel like you're gonna get fired any moment in front of the whole room, which happened to someone at our last work. So it's just a lot nicer, a lot just free, just like safe.
It's just way more chill. The job itself's pretty simple. Like the onions, they're all compassed, and you throw away the rotten ones if there's any doubles. If there's any that just don't look right, basically, like get them out, and that's it all day.
Sometimes it smells. Sometimes it's really rotten. And your hand might go inside and it feels gross, but wear gloves, it's all good. It's all good.
The 88 days. What a time it was. The 88 days to me were a way to earn my second year in Australia. But not only that, also a way to finance my van, because I bought a van here, changed the van. into a home, a living home. Well, actually a home to live in. But also to step away from my home at home, let's say, my home in Belgium. Just to step away from that and to reinvent myself, to see what else am I without the boundaries that I've been living with my whole life. Even though I know they come from within myself, it's good to step out of that. And that's what I'm trying here, that's what I'm experiencing here. I worked at an apricot farm for 2 weeks, and then about 3.5 months at an onion farm. And to be honest, it was hard. It was physically hard, it was emotionally hard. I felt like I was caging myself to free myself. If that makes any sense. All you see the whole day is onions, and you're just standing still. And what happens to me when I'm just standing still and the same thing happens the whole time, I get into my head. I get all philosophical, I get all, not necessarily crazy, but on the down days, I suppose, probably crazy. I'd repeat things over and over, and I'd try to meditate my way through it, but very hard for 8 hours. After work, I would just be there in the middle of nowhere, in my van. There was a shower, there was a kitchen as well, a little kitchen. And the bosses were fine, the bosses were good. It's just the work itself is a bit... To make it manageable, I had to step out of my head. I had to step out of my emotions almost. I had to turn off a switch and turn into a robot almost. Really, just repetition, no thinking about it, just doing it. And that's the easiest way to get rid of it, to get it done. And time goes fast when you're in that flow of no thinking, but it also really feels like wasted time. Feels like it's all gone. And is that life? Is that what life is all about? I don't know. It makes me feel so bad. But honestly, there was a liberation for me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I met Carol on the side of the street right before my apricot farm job. She thought I was the delivery driver. After a little talk, she invited me into her home, which was just wonderful. 2 weeks later, I actually accepted that invitation. I went there, got some dinner, and long story short, I stayed there in the end for 4 months during my whole 88 days period. And she liberated me in the sense that Carol to me was like a mother. Like a motherly, nourishing energy. She gave me the room to not turn off that emotion and to keep it, to stay human and to have questions, to have this wonder, to see what's right in front of me. To not flatline, to be alive. She gave me a home, she gave me a family. And that was very welcome while working on the onion farm. I'm so grateful for meeting the family. I'm so grateful for the magic, as I call it. People would call it luck, but I start to call it magic. I'm not sure if I still believe in the coincidence of it all. It all kind of comes, and there's so many things that happen, that unfold in front of us, and we just don't see it because we turn off that emotion, because we kind of live in our heads, or because we kind of have all this chaos going on, we can't really see what's right in front of us. And sometimes when we look, this magic happens.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we are two souls travelling on the same earth, and we cross paths. It was a beautiful Sunday evening, and I was just reversing out of my driveway, and I saw a van arrive, and so my curiosity was to ask this person if they were looking for a certain address, and it was Robin, and Robin just was in awe of the beautiful environment with the beautiful trees, and expressed that he had just arrived in Murray Bridge. And I asked if he knew anybody here, and he said yes, that he did, in Cairns. So I had a little bit of a moment of query that this is a person that has just arrived and doesn't know Australia very well. I wasn't sure. And as we proceeded to have a conversation about Robin starting work the next day, we exchanged names and phone numbers, and Robin contacted me a few days later. I invited him for a meal, and it just was just so natural, and it was just so comfortable, and we were curious about each other and our lives, and yeah, so I just felt, you know, he was quite welcome to come back again, not having any idea that 5 months later Robin would still be part of our beautiful family. A few times I thought that he wasn't going to continue on, and I, you know, said that, but there's only 3 weeks to go, Robin, come on. But it was very, very hard work for Robin, and when he came back home, we called it home, when he came home, you know, he would do his washing and rest and read, and committed to his hobbies, and help her around the house a bit here and there, participating in different gardening or activities, and just try and rest. And then he would cook his meals for the week, and off he'd go back for the next week, coming home on Wednesdays to have another evening around our table. Yeah, it's just been beautiful. It's been fantastic, but I could really see that Robin worked very hard on the onions, and I'm sure they were very grateful to have such a beautiful, hard-working, sincere person. Just very easy, just wasn't any conflict or difficult moments. I'm hoping that that was the same for Robin, that he was able to see this as something that was very easy for him. Wasn't anything I've ever done before, and I certainly would open my heart and my home to somebody else that was equally as easy to live with. And it's so wonderful to know that in life that you can trust, and you can genuinely care and be fully engaged with somebody else who is a complete stranger from a completely different part of the world, different morals or different values. But I guess as curious beings, we want to engage in something that is maybe different or unique, and it's been very special. I might cry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. It has been beautiful, eh?
Yes.
It has been very good.
Yes, and the journey's only just begun for Robin. He's just young and free, but never ever saw this as a holiday and just time to sit back and totally let go and relax. Always, you know, committed to this is part of our life's experience of learning and growing, achieving. Yeah, it's been quite remarkable.
Alrighty, I think I'll just leave it there.
Oh dear. Robin's gone. Hey, Brexy. It's not funny.
Perfect.
I'll have to see this. I'll get my glasses.
It's quite something, eh? This video stuff.